and welcome to This Thing Called Life, a podcast dedicated to sharing stories of giving, kindness, compassion, and humanity. Your host, Andy Johnson, will guide you through powerful stories of organ, tissue, and eye donation from individuals, families, and healthcare teams whose experiences will inspire you. Every act of giving, no matter how small, has the potential to change a life. We're so glad you're here. Now, let's dive into the show.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to This Thing Called Life. I'm your host, Andy Johnson, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have a very special guest with me, Miss Sarah Green. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So excited to have you back.
I'm glad to be here.
I know. The last time you and I talked, it was 2019. Can you
That's
believe
too
that?
long. That's too long.
It is too long.
That's too long.
It is too long. So, for everyone who's tuning in, tell us your story.
Let's see. My story began around 2015
Mm-hmm.
when my primary physician said, Sarah, I need to send you to a specialist. And me, like, specialist? Your kidneys. I'm looking at him like, okay. So once I got finished running and he told me I couldn't run anymore, I finally went to see the specialist.
So by running, you mean you just were ignoring what your doctor was telling you?
Yes.
Like, this is something you need to address, and you just weren't in that
I
space
was not in that space.
Yeah.
You know, I was recently singled. I'm driving my little two-seater. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. The wind is blowing in my hair. I'm not having no symptoms.
That was my question.
I was having.
You
Andy,
felt
when I say
good.
nothing, I felt great. And then what stopped me in my tracks was my mom getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
And she, unfortunately, was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. But that's not what took her out. She was diagnosed with multiple myeloma like in 80, and she
so
didn't
she'd been
pass
living with that.
until 2012.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, but I got to thinking, I'm like, I can't be playing with this. I can't be playing with this. And then I started doing some research in my family to see if anybody else had chronic kidney disease. And I was it.
Really?
Unfortunately, I was the chosen one. And I definitely didn't want to say anything to her.
Right.
So, like I said, but she had passed in 2012. And after the passing of my mom, and I'm one of 6. Number 2, and if you want to say in the crew, and everyone depends upon me.
Right.
I'm Sweepy. I'm the one that everybody goes to for whatever. And so to finally come around in 16 to say, okay, I can't because I saw what my brothers and sisters went through when mom passed. And I didn't want them to go through anything like that with me. And so when I decided to listen, went to the specialist, and the specialist was like, it's time for you to do dialysis.
Wow.
I'm like, quack? No.
Mm-mm.
You know, I'm looking at him like, you're a quack. No, ain't no way, because I'm still not at that point, Andy. At that point,
Yes.
I'm still not. I'm not having any symptoms, none of that. And I've always dealt with being anemic from when I started my menstrual cycle, so that was nothing new to me. But any of this other stuff, you know, you're supposed to be experiencing, and that amazed the doctors. Like, Sarah, you're not doing nope.
So you're just walking around, you're single, feeling good,
Looking good,
unbothered.
unbothered.
But the doctor
The
said, wait
doctor
a minute.
said, that man looked me in my face and said, Sarah Vanessa Greenmore, you're not running anymore. I went running. It stopped.
So you finally decided, you said, okay, I'm
I
gonna I'm
finally,
gonna face this.
I'm going to face this. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to tell my brothers and sisters. We all here in Cincinnati. And so I went to my oldest brother's home with his wife, and I told him first. I was like, whoa. I mean, it hit him like, I just lost my mom. I'm not going to lose my sister too. And I had to tell him the only thing that's wrong with your sister is she needs a kidney. That's it. That's the only thing that's wrong with me.
So let me ask you this. So prior to you getting your diagnosis, did you know other people growing up or just friends, family that needed a kidney transplant or on
No, ma'am.
dialysis?
No,
No.
ma'am.
Okay.
I didn't find out that my brother's first wife was going through dialysis and had chronic kidney disease until after I was diagnosed.
You think that's because sometimes we just don't talk about
Yes. Yes,
things that
because
make us
make
vulnerable?
us vulnerable. Because growing up, like I said, I started doing research trying to figure out,
Mm-hmm.
this must be in the family someplace else other
Right.
than me. But
Right.
Andy, I found out I was it.
Mm-hmm.
Not my grandmother,
Yeah.
not my mom, not on my father's side.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I'm going through this for a reason. Don't understand it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going through this for a reason. And I almost started wanting to fight again, especially when it was time for me to get my access point.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. I could not fathom being connected to a machine
Yeah.
that I knew that would save my life. I really had a problem with that, but nobody knew I had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Back to me telling my family. So I decided, and my big brother said it was okay that I would have a picnic.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a picnic at his house. And I did. I went all out, being me, being Miss Fabulous, went all out with the picnic. And then after everybody got fat and full, and then had a couple of
You
drinks,
dropped the bomb
I
on them,
dropped the
didn't
bomb.
you?
I dropped it. And you can hear the little deers and stuff running around in their back. You could hear the mice, whatever. You can hear a pin drop in the grass.
Mm.
And once again, I had to tell them the only thing that is wrong with your sister
Mm.
is that eventually she's going to have a kidney
Yeah.
transplant. That's it. I'm still Sweepy. I'm still Sarah. You see, I haven't changed.
Right.
I'm still crazy as ever. So it's not. I'm me. I'm me. I'm me. And I still see my little brother's face today.
Mm.
I still see his face today, and I had never seen him cry.
Mm.
And that just really did something to me. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it. That really did something to me. And so I had to wipe his tears away to say, John, baby, I'm still your sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still your sister.
And two, I think by you showing up that way, you were also saying, listen, I have this condition, but this is by no means my end,
Mm-mm.
right? Like you spoke about it and said, hey, this is what's going on with me, but it doesn't stop. Like, doesn't stop what I'm doing.
This doesn't define me.
Correct.
This doesn't say who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to be honest, but going through that journey
Mm-hmm.
and visiting the different centers and things, that scared the fool out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow. Is there any other way?
Right.
I'm going to the centers and I'm seeing people hooked up to these machines and they looking like they dead. I'm like, oh hell no! I have to be honest. Oh no! I can't do this because if I come in here, these people ain't gonna know how to handle me.
Right.
And of course, once I got in there, they didn't know how to handle me
Yeah.
because I know these walls are white, but we ain't dead.
Right. Right.
Why not?
So 2017, you get the call. So what was, tell me that conversation.
In May of 17, because once I had went through all that process and all that kind of stuff, then the doctor had to tell me, well, Sarah, you need to lose 25 pounds. Man, if you didn't tell me that a year ago, that 25 pounds would have been gone. So I'm like, okay. And then come to find out he was the same doctor that also did the, what did I have? The sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
He had an open on my birthday
Mm-hmm.
on May the 12th, 2017. I was in there.
Oh, wow.
I had the sleeve done.
Okay.
By August, I done lost 62 pounds.
Oh, my
Don't play with me, I'm
goodness.
serious.
Wow.
I was placed on the list September. I got the letter in September.
Mm-hmm.
On the 10th of December of 17, I got the phone call.
Wow. So you really, you are one of the blessed in
Blessed
that,
is not the word.
because there's people that can wait 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 years.
And going through the process and talking to different people, that's how long they were telling me. So I was resigned to, okay, 3 to 5 years. And then, I also started, I went from doing hemo to a peritoneal dialysis.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. The freedom that
Gave
it
you your
afforded.
life back. Yeah.
The freedom that it afforded me. I was in, my nephew got married in Vegas. Yes, I was at the crap tables in Vegas. Yes, ma'am. Because it afforded me that freedom. And I feel like who can take care of me better than me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I would recommend it to
Right.
anybody.
Right.
Because Lord willing, the creek don't rise. If I ever had to go back there,
Mm-hmm.
that's the way I would want to go.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's what many people feel, because, you can sleep while you're getting your treatment.
Yes.
And so you're not as tired and,
Oh,
going through the
me and
day.
hemodialysis did not work. I went through, in a 14-week period, I had undergone 8 different surgeries. That didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
My right arm looked like a road map to Kings Island.
Mm.
Not to mention my chest, because we
Right.
just didn't work. And I almost didn't get my first treatment, because when they came at me with those needles,
Mm-hmm. It's scary.
not only was it scary, my words were, "Who you sticking with those needles?" And you not numbing me? Who are
Right.
you about to
What are
stick
we
with those
doing?
nails?
Right.
You gonna do it twice?
Yeah.
And my oldest brother was with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked over at him and I'm like, I'm good, big bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just joking. I'm good, big bro. Because he was.
Right.
I gave him a kiss and get
Yeah.
out. Because I did not want him to see me go through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't want him to see me hooked up to that machine.
So you got the call.
Got the call.
And what person on the other end, what did they say to you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you? I said, I'm good. How are you? Well, I got something for you. What you got? How fast can you get here? And you can see. I'm like, who is this? What, you got what for me? She said, yes, I have a kidney for you. How fast can you get here? 45 minutes later, I was at the University of Cincinnati.
Wow.
And I had just put a load of laundry. I was doing laundry at the time.
Did you finish the laundry?
Nope.
Okay. All right. That was a good decision.
Nope.
So what I love about your story is yours has a unique twist.
Yes.
And so I would love for you just to talk about that, because it's just something I've never heard it before. And I love that, you have this connection.
I called my little brother and I said, how fast can you get to me? Because I need to get to UC because I have a kid need for me. It
Mm-hmm.
was like before I hung up the phone, he was at the door.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there. I get out the elevator, and I notice this girl, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? I'm just feeling some type of connection going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we introduced ourselves, and I said, I'm here for a kidney transplant. Renee screamed. She said, so am I. I said, oh, hecky no. What? Her and her sister, we all, and my brother, we all hugging in the hallway, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so by that time, they calling us to our rooms, you know. And so afterwards, we still talking and getting to know each other and everything. And then we come to find out that our kidneys is coming from the same person.
Wow.
I was like, well, God is good. He is
Mm-hmm.
definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us at the same time. Our surgeries at the same time. And we have been connected at the hip
Mm-hmm.
ever since.
Right.
Renee is Annie Renee, and Angel is her little boo boo. You know, so we have been. It's like it is. How can I explain this? Being able to take this journey with someone, I really can't explain it.
Right.
And what's so funny about it? Every time she went into the hospital, I was in the hospital for the same thing
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Wow.
It was like they knew, you know, our organs knew that they were in different places, but when they was acting up, I had to tell them both, "Oh, this new sheriff in town, y'all got to quit this cracking stuff. Quit. You're playing. Quit." Because we wouldn't be here if we weren't supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. So you're now 8 years post-transplant.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you look back just at your journey and you talk about, your family, obviously family is so important to you.
Very.
Um, do you almost think like God chose you to take this journey?
I do. Because I actually went through a period of feeling guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I went through a period of feeling guilty because it seemed like afterwards there were people that I began to meet and know that was going through the same thing that I was going through. And they have been on the list longer than I have been on the list.
Right.
Like I said, it's less than 90 days for me. And I get a call. But then I got to thinking, what he has for you, he has for you.
Mhm. Do you think you being so vocal about your experience then helped other people be more
Yes,
vocal?
yes. I do.
That's a good thing.
I do. I still have my page that I'm very involved with, and I get thank you all the time. And then when you guys immortalize me and Renee everywhere, it's like I couldn't even go to the B&B.
I know.
B&B. I walk in the B&B and I'm looking, people looking at me. I'm like, I ain't did nothing yet. Give me a minute. Why is everybody looking at me? The cup
Yep.
had our picture on it. I love that picture. I love the picture. And and I had to say, it's me. It's me.
On the
I'm real.
cup.
And what was so interesting was that people thought that we were
Actors.
actors. No, these scars ain't acting. Mm-mm. No.
And I love to being like, I think it's important for people to know like this is a real person, this someone who is in the same community that I live in and work in and play in and what have you. And so to be able to, to realize like, oh, they went through this and
Hmm.
they've come through this is such, an amazing testimony.
And I love, like I said, I love it that I have not had to go through this by myself.
Right. Right.
I don't know how I would be if I had to, because this is a scary situation.
But it's not uncommon.
But it's not.
Right.
But it's not. But to be able to have somebody where I could just reach out and just hold her hand, or she can hold my hand. Oh, and believe me, when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, she let me
She
know.
lets you know. Yep. So she's your accountability partner,
Yes,
and you're
because she know
hers.
because I think you know what how can I put this? I don't feel I'm not sick, but I forget that I've gone through something, because that's it's not like I don't think about it every now and then, but it's not my purpose.
Right.
It's not who I am.
Doesn't define you, like you said.
It doesn't define me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because like I was telling you ladies early, here I am at my stage in life where I felt that I should be Stella, not getting her groove on, but got her groove on, you know. But I have an 8-year old.
I know. So let's talk
I
about
have
that.
an
That's
8-year old.
that's a plot twist. So you now are taking care of Sweet Angel.
If that's what you want to call her.
Yes.
Yes. I love her. I love her. I'm Annie Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got her when she was 5 years old. Well, I actually had her before then. And then there was an incident that happened
Mm-hmm.
with her mom, and she ended up in foster care.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, not my baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So you
fought.
stepped up.
I stepped up
Yes.
and I got her. And today is her first day at being a big old third grader. And we both have it on the same outfit.
Of course.
Um, so I love it. I mean, I truly love it. But like I said, I thought, I would still be in my little two-seater, um, with the wind whipping through my hair. Um, now I'm in the SUV. I do let the top down.
Good.
I do let the top down. Yes.
Good.
And she's has made me a dance mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going all over the place, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. She is keeping me young. And once again, I don't think about my condition.
So you're in this beautiful next chapter of life, and you're raising this sweet girl. She is sweet.
She is. She
Um,
is.
if you could say something to your donor and your donor's family, what would you say to them?
Wow. Okay. I'm trying to cry. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wouldn't have my little 8-year old. I wouldn't be doing anything. I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
Right. Right.
And thank you is just not it. And I still haven't been able to come up with a description of how I truly, truly feel. I am very appreciative.
Right. Right.
And I would love to give each and every one of them a hug and a kiss, and let them know. But I do want them to know, like I've said before, I'm not just living for myself, I'm living for you too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not just about me. I've been knocked out of the picture a long time ago when I was able to walk out of that hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It was no longer about me.
Mm-hmm. Sarah, what would you i- this is this is not breaking news, but we know that chronic kidney disease um, impacts the Black community at a much higher rate. in our country, and there are many other people that look like us who are going through a very similar situation, but then they say they're hesitant about even going down the path of getting a kidney transplant, maybe thinking, I'll just survive on dialysis and that'll be enough. So there's that side of it. But then on the other side, folks who just say, oh no, I'm not going to register to be a donor because if I do, doctors aren't going to do everything they're supposed to. And I'm sure you've heard those conversations as you've talked with people about your transplant.
When I found out that 1 in 100,
Mm-hmm.
1 in 100, it doesn't make any difference if your license say that you are a donor.
Mm-hmm.
That don't matter. And and how would the doctor know?
Exactly.
And if he did know, so what?
Right. Because their only responsibility is to save that person's life.
And then to know that you have to be pronounced by outside.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All of those different stories that you heard coming out, they can see that you a donor. They ain't gonna try to do nothing. They probably try to give your kidney to somebody else. How they know that kidney is
Right.
gonna even be a match for somebody else?
Right. All those things, all those
All of
details.
those details. It's like, come on. Because if I had even thought that way,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even be here. It's not like that. It's not. Stop listening to the internet. It does not tell the truth. I'm telling you.
Right.
It does not tell the whole truth
Mm-hmm.
and nothing but the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, if it did, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
So let's start doing research.
Right.
Let's start asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's educate ourselves
Right.
before we start making uh, conclusions that probably will cost you your life.
Right. Right. Right.
Let's not go about thinking, my grandmama said, I love my grandmama, but
Right.
I'm sorry, grandma.
Right.
I can't agree with you on this one.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the way you feel it, and I respect that.
Right.
But as far as me finding out for myself what it is and not what I think it to be or thought it to be, but know what it is,
Right.
and ask one who can say, I know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
don't be scared.
Right.
Don't be afraid.
Right.
Because if it is for you, like I keep saying, if it is for you,
Yeah.
baby, it won't go against you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not at all. You'll probably end up with me with an 8-year-old.
Right. It's a great chapter.
It is. It
Yes.
is.
It's keeping you. I mean, you are already young at heart, but now you're younger
I
at
am.
heart.
I really am. I mean, the things that she has me doing, I'm like, okay. And I always said, you had to keep up with me. Now you really got to keep up with me because I got to keep up with her,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
But I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And for anyone who's thinking about doing a transplant,
Mm-hmm.
please do.
Mm-hmm.
Please do. Because you never know.
Right.
You never know if someone, unfortunately for me, um, none of my brothers and sisters were a match for
Mm-hmm.
me. But to be able to get a phone call for someone
Right.
who was, I wasn't about to turn that down.
Right. Right.
No. I mean, and then if my family members were even willing to donate to somebody else who might be able, their donor might have been able to donate to me.
Right.
And matter of fact, we was in that process of that happening when I got the phone call.
That's
Won't he
amazing.
do it?
Yes, that's amazing. And I think that's another, when we talk about kidney donation, I don't think we talk enough about that pair kidney exchange program, which you just touched on. And meaning if someone were to get tested for you and they weren't a match for you, but they could still donate, then they could donate to someone else and then a match would be found for you.
Hmm.
And that again is just, I mean, that's such a
It was.
is such a blessing. And again, we don't talk about that enough, that if people do want to get tested for someone they care about or family, that is another way to do it,
Well,
so I
it,
think
it,
it's
it
important.
definitely the options are out there, and for those who are thinking about donating,
Hmm.
okay, sweetheart, you can live on one kidney.
Hmm. Yes, absolutely.
You can live on one kidney,
Hmm.
and if something was to happen, you would definitely be taken care of.
Right,
So
right.
don't be afraid.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Yep.
Your
That's
back is
another.
covered.
Yep, that's another great fact that you're highlighting, is if the the living donor, if they were in need of a kidney at some point in their life, they would be put at the top of the
Hmm.
list for the mere fact that they were a living
Yeah.
donor. And I think again that's something
So
that
so
people
don't
don't
be so don't
realize,
be
that those
don't be
those
afraid.
place those things
I
are
I
put in
I,
place.
I want people that who are thinking about transplant, especially if it's being offered to them, take it.
Because your life is
Your
precious.
life is
Yes.
precious. When I say a second chance at life, I had second, third, fourth, fifth, 16th. I can't count. I've had that chance. I've had that opportunity, and I'm doing things that I never thought I would be doing. Love it. Life is precious.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful gift. And you're a beautiful gift.
Thank you.
And, I appreciate you coming back and sitting down with me and
Love
just
it.
kind of sharing where, your life has moved you over these last 8 years since your transplant. And it's wonderful to see you thriving and just being a blessing,
Thank you.
to Angel.
Listen, my niece, which is actually her Angel's. Wait a minute. Actually, Angel's niece, Angel's aunt. For her fifth birthday, we went to Myrtle Beach. I had never been
Yes.
to a beach in my life.
Really?
I sat on that beach. I ain't going in the water, but I sat, I sat on that beach in that sand. My feet,
Yeah, it does something to your soul to be
it
out
does.
there.
And
Yes.
then sunset. I didn't think it was real
Hmm. Hmm.
to to be able to see that.
Yeah.
And I was with my little ones when I was able to see it.
Hmm.
Life is good.
Yes, it is.
Life is good.
Sarah, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for joining me today. And just again, you're such a positive person and just wonderful light to so many others and a blessing to so many others. And so we just appreciate everything that you do as a champion for organ donation.
Weird spot. It
Yes.
doesn't come off.
You got your kidney. That's
It
right.
doesn't come off.
Kidney champion.
It doesn't come off.
That's right. Your kidney warrior. That's what I think you are. You're a warrior. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
So thank you so much for tuning in with us. And again, I want to thank my guest, Sarah, for sharing her story. And, I think this is just a great reminder of the power that each of us has to help others. Um, Either when we're no longer here on this earth, you can be a donor simply by visiting registerme.org, or when you're going to renew your license at the BMV, or while you are living, you have the opportunity to be someone's hero, to be someone's key to their future, and being being that catalyst for them to be able to spend time with their family and friends and loved ones. And so donation is just, it's an amazing and powerful gift that has such a ripple effect. I can't say that enough. And so we've heard that from Sarah and from others. So I encourage you to visit networkforhope.org to get more information and to just be informed, be educated, be empowered to help other people. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. And I just want to remind you to please be kind to yourself and to others. Thank you and take care.
Thank you for tuning in to This Thing Called Life. Remember, every act of giving, no matter how small, has the potential to change a life. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts so you never miss a new episode. We'd truly appreciate it if you could share, like, or leave us a review to help us grow.